Hey there friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you have an amazing day. Today I'm coming to you with a book review video and I imagine this will be no surprise to anyone. It is A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J Maas. This is the final book in the Court of Thorns and Roses trilogy, which I've been waxing lyrical about on my YouTube channel since I started the first book. So yeah, this is the third book in the series. It's the biggest. It's just under 700 pages, like literally just under. I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. I don't think I've ever read a book this big, this fast. I literally was trying to, I was racing home to read this, reading it on the tube, on the train. Literally, the good thing was that the week I was reading this, not very many people were in at work, so I read it a few lunch times. I am obsessed with this series, obsessed with this world, obsessed with these characters. This book just blew me away. Sarah J Maas, if she writes it, I will bloody read it. This, wow. The book was spectacular, these characters were spectacular. I think Sarah J Maas just never fails to surprise me, to bring something new to the table, to kind of what the track that you think we're on, we just aren't. The places that we think we're going, we're not. And it's amazing. And you get to a point where you're like, okay, I know where this is going, I know what's going to happen, and boom, you definitely don't. This was just amazing. As with all of Sarah J Maas books, this picks off straight away where the last one ended. And she just crafts these worlds and these characters so cleverly, and it's so gripping, and I just could not put it down. And even more so in the first book, I think A Court of Wings and Ruin, in the first book, in the first and the second book, it really opens up this world and this gravitas and kind of shows you the size of the book, because I think especially in the first book it's very isolated and contained, and then in book 2 it gets a bit bigger, and in book 3 it's like the doors are blown open, but in an amazing way, and we just get to know more people, and there's so much angst and unnervingness is that a word, but you're so on edge in this book because you just never really know what's going to happen. And it's kind of true with Sarah J Maas that she does not hold her punches, that you really do not know who's going to survive, who's going to live, who's going to die, where this is going to go. Literally, she's not afraid to kill people off or do things that we don't like. And so I was constantly on the edge of my seat, but in the best way possible, and I just so enjoyed this so bad. And Feyre and Tamlin and Rhysand and Mor and Amren and Nesta and Alan, all these characters are just mind-blowingly good, and I have fallen in love with them spectacularly. And I think one of the fab things that she did in this book was kind of, you never know who's good or who's bad, especially with Tamlin, who is kind of one of the main males. I'm gonna try not to give too much away, especially if you've not maybe read the first 2, but Tamlin, especially in book 1, is basically the main male, and him along Feyre is the main female character. Those two and Rhysand, who's kind of the other main male character, they really go on this massive journey. All the characters change and develop and grow, and we see new sides of them in pretty much every single chapter. And I think Tamlin especially, we see this incredible arc, not necessarily a positive one, but we see this really intriguing arc that you hardly ever see in literature from a dominant male, and especially from Sarah J Maas. Actually, a dominant fey male, she normally paints them in quite a specific way, and especially with Tamlin, she kind of flips that on its head really amazingly, especially for someone who loves the fey guys in this world and also the Throne of Glass world. It's really refreshing to just see her kind of flip her own archetype a little bit, and that was great. And the women in this are so badass, and the guys in this are so badass, and there were moments where I was crying, there was moments where I was literally jumping up and down, and there's a scene probably in the last 100 pages with the girl's dad, and I was like, whoa, fucking hell, this is incredible. The one problem I had with this is something which Sarah J Maas covered really, really well in the Throne of Glass series, and that is that a couple of character kind of gets sent away, or we don't hear from them for a while, and in this series they kind of just come back in and we only vaguely hear what happens. And I really would like either, I've heard that it's potential that there's going to be more books in this series. It's no longer going to just be a trilogy, and I would love if one of those books kind of saw where Lucien went. So Lucien's the character that kind of he goes off, and then very suddenly in like the last 100 pages comes back, and we hear what happens, but not we don't get it in complete sort of detail, and I would have loved to hear that, and I think that would make an amazing book for us to kind of be like, what actually happened there. And there are other characters interlinked with that, with Lucien, a character called Vassar. I'm like, I really want to know about this. Like, this is so intriguing, so interesting, and kind of I wish that it was covered in this book, but at the same time I'm like, it's already fucking huge. So I kind of, you know, that part of the story kind of felt a bit rushed, and I think could easily have been handled really with like another book, like she kind of did with Tower of Dawn in the Throne of Glass series. But part of me is like, oh, I wonder if that'll be the next book, kind of going back and seeing what happened, and where maybe that side's going to go, especially with Vassar, who is a character that I was so intrigued by. Vassa's a human queen who has a really interesting story, which I absolutely loved, and I love the sound of. We only just heard about it really. There wasn't a huge amount of detail, and I would love to hear more about that. So that's kind of the only negative, but it's not really negative in that I just want Sarah J Maas to write more about this world, because it was so bloody good and I loved it. So I'm going to stop waxing lyrical, but if you've not read the Thorn of Court, A Court of Thorns and Roses series, please do. I'm a massive Sarah J Maas fan, and I can't believe I hadn't read it before. However, what I did really like was the fact that I literally ordered the box set and read them back to back. It was the most amazing reading experience to be able to do that and not. My problem with the Throne of Glass series was, which is my favourite series of all time, is that I had to wait like a year between a lot of the final books. This series is fully out. It's a duology, although it's a trilogy, but there is a sort of a mini book after. All 4 of those books are out. So if you like fantasy, if you like battle, if you like badass females, if you like stories that you're never going to know what the hell's coming, definitely check out this series. You can get the whole box set in a really pretty box actually, and you will not regret it. If you enjoyed this review, please remember to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you did enjoy it, and let me know in the comments your thoughts. If you read this series, if you read the final book, A Court of Wings and Ruin, let me know your thoughts if you have, and if you have and you've got any recommendations for me based on this series, please let me know. I would love to hear them. Hope you have an amazing day, and I shall see you guys soon. Bye.